Hello, and welcome to another edition of RU News. I'm Abby Higginbotham.
And I'm Darius Stewart. We're here to bring you the news from around campus and Kansas City every Tuesday.
We start today's show talking about Kansas City streetcar expansion. There's a plan underway to extend the streetcar line down from Union Station to UMKC and other areas in the city. This would help UMKC connect to the downtown area. Henry Gamber has more on this.
I'm Henry Gamber with RU News. UMKC may be the next new stop for the KC streetcar expansion. KC Streetcar Communications Director, Donna Mandelbaum, spoke at the last SGA meeting about the plan and took questions from students about it. We spoke to Mandelbaum and Student Senator Gabrielle Stanley to find out more.
So we had a vote about 2 years ago, and it passed overwhelmingly 70% that the voters within our Transportation Development District wanted to see the streetcar expand from Union Station to UMKC. What this is going to enable us to do is connect the rest of downtown with Midtown, Westport, the Plaza, and UMKC. So it's bringing free transit, free public transit to all sorts of areas in our city.
I'm very, very excited. My boyfriend lives in the River Market, so he has really quick access to the streetcar, so I get to get around super easily down there. And it ends at my workplace, which is Union Station, so it extending all the way to my apartment would be pretty awesome. I know it won't be there for a couple of years, but the prospect of being able to traverse the entire city is really exciting.
Many students are excited about the new plan and hope to see progress from the KC streetcar in the future. I'm Henry Gamber, and this is RU News.
Thanks, Henry. With Halloween now behind us, there is another celebration that is highlighted a lot less than it should, the Mexican holiday of Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead in English. Celebrated on the 1st and 2nd of November, it is centered around the idea of dead family members returning to Earth to spend time with the living. They will create altars, go to cemeteries to honor their family, and create an ofrenda filled with sugar skulls, flowers, candles, and other objects as a centerpiece. Although the celebration has come to a close this year, now you'll be a bit more prepared for the next celebration.
When the phrase UMKC parking is uttered, most of us have some pretty strong negative feelings associated with it. However, there is a class at UMKC that allows students a way to confront social problems, one of those being parking. That class is called Anchor H399 Special Topics, and it started at the beginning of this semester. Students in the class proposed a plan to allocate faculty spots that go unused after certain hours to students at a lower price than the traditional 24-hour permit. This could potentially reduce the cost of parking for students. Anchor H399 group members also advocated for clear signs of all parking lots, including those reserved for faculty and staff.
The membership of one organization on campus, College Democrats, has grown exponentially this semester. At their Halloween party, we caught up with them to find out what their plans are for the coming future. We go to Jacob Lee with more.
Roar up, UMKC! Today we're here to talk with college Dems about the recent growth in their group, and to see some sweet costumes. Let's check it out!
A big part of College Dems expanding was making our meetings once a week. They were once a month before I took over, and on top of that, midterms and having Claire McCaskill come and speak really helped us as well. And then going into 2020, so many people are super active and involved, and this is their first time being able to vote, so we've seen a lot of influx for new students that are able to vote for the very first time.
For Halloween this year, I am Jesus Christ, the Lord and Savior himself. My costume is Margaret Thatcher, Prime Minister of the UK from a long time ago. I chose this costume because I hate Margaret Thatcher.
We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at UMKC Dems. We have meetings every Tuesday at 7 p.m. in Royal Hall 211. And yeah, that's a really great way to get involved.
This is Jacob Lee from RU News, signing off. RU up and out. See you next time.
Now that UMKC is halfway through its first semester implementing extended library hours, students and staff have shared about the positive effect the change has had. Students voted in large numbers to extend the hours that the campus library stays open last spring. The extended hours at Miller-Nickel Library allow students to study on campus later than other schools in the area. The library at Rockhurst University is not open past midnight, and the library at Park University is open until 9:30 p.m. at the latest. The Miller-Nichols Library is now open from 7:30 to 2 a.m. Monday through Thursday, 7:30 to 10 p.m. on Fridays, 11 to 10 p.m. on Saturdays, and 11 to 2 a.m. on Sundays. A UMKC ID is required for entry after 11 p.m.
That's it for today's top stories. Next, let's go to our sports correspondent, Kennedy Bright.
Thanks, guys. Kansas City women's volleyball swept Chicago State 3-0 last Thursday. The Roos were led by senior Alicia Harrington and sophomore Melanie Brecka, who together had 31 kills and had a .407 hitting percentage. Kansas City men's soccer lost its first conference game at home 2-1 against CSU Bakersfield Friday night, with a goal by UMKC freshman Mikhail McCoy and assisted by freshman Nate Tim. The Roos came back hungry on Sunday for senior night, beating California Baptist 1-0 with a goal by freshman Nate Tim. Running in a different direction, Kansas City hosted the WAC Cross Country Conference Championship meet here in Swope Park. The women placed 5th place overall and the men placed 6th, with top 10 finishes from sophomores Max Selbach and Summer Herner. Kansas City women's soccer won 5-1 against Chicago State on the road Saturday before heading to the WAC tournament this week. Guess what? Kansas City basketball is back this year with a doubleheader November 5th in the Sweeney Center. The women play at 5 p.m. and the men play at 8 p.m. Kansas City volleyball has 2 matches at home this week, Thursday against Utah Valley at 7 p.m. and against Seattle U at 1 p.m. That's your Kansas City sports update. I'm Kennedy Bright with Rue News. Back to you, Darius and Abby.
Thanks, Kennedy. So that's all we have for you today. Thank you for tuning into this week's episode of Rue News. I'm Abby Higginbotham.
And I'm Darius Stewart. See you next Tuesday.